thank you for giving me the opportunity to come and speak before you today. I know when the topic of GRU comes up, it tends to take all the oxygen out of the room. And there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions and a lot of ideas. But what I really wanted to do today was to take the time to tell you what's happened since the authority has taken over the utility. That's something that we don't get a lot of opportunity to discuss with you folks, as well as the community. So back in October, the authority board was seated, and I give credibility there to the mayor. He had his top 10 accomplishments for the city, so we have the top 10 accomplishments for the authority. So one of the number 10 was that we ended the subsidization by non-solar customers for solar customers. We reduced the amount that those folks would get paid under the net metering, so that you had folks that in the past that couldn't afford those solar installations, literally having their bills go up to pay for the solar installations for others. For number 9, for the first time in GRU's history, we used the power under House Bill 1645 to challenge some of the city efforts to impose fees and other types of costs. And that saved GRU customers $2 million. Number 8, we formalized GRU Customer First program. We actually have a lobby presence in which folks that have a hard time maneuvering through, our system can get help. Our lady here who's running that program, Yvette Carter, is in the back of the room. She has a presence there with her team that will take people through the problems they had with bills, the process that we have. So that's new for us. We entered into our first natural gas prepayment program. It saved our customers, it will save them $1.9 million a year. That's something we weren't able to do under the city commission. We de-linked GRU's legal services with that of the city. My friend Dan Nee was in an untenable situation trying to represent the city as well as GRU. We've de-linked that so that we have our own representation, and it resulted in us filing the complaint and getting an injunction on the referendum. We were awarded a $47 million DOE grant for infrastructure improvement, as well as a host of community benefits. That literally was an outgrowth of the COVID crisis and came to fruition under former General Manager Cunningham. So that's going to do a lot for the community. We also started a stand-up of our own HR services, where we'll develop our own policies for utility workers, and that will be outside of the city HR function. But we also will have a separate collective bargaining unit that will support GRU workers in the negotiations with GRU management. So a lot of really interesting things. But number 3, not finished yet. We formalized a 10-year reduction of the general fund transfer from the city, or to the city. Its peak was $38 million, and it's just under $8 million right now. We used that cost savings to reduce long-term debt by $40 million in 2024. And if you remember, the reason for House Bill 1645 was the debt that had been accumulated, the inability to pay that off, the impact to its customers, to GRU's customers. So we have a long-term debt reduction plan over the next 10 years that we're approaching a projection of $400 million that we're going to reduce debt by. Number 2, we changed GRU's residential rate tier structure, lowering bills for over 59% of electric customers. But finally, the sum of these accomplishments, boy, a little too close to the microphone. The sum of these accomplishments allow GRU to forego any base utility rate increase this year. That's across the board on our 5 systems. all said and done, the average 1,000 kWh residential electric bill fell from $156 in October a month.
I know you're on number one, but that's your alarm. Please don't turn the lights off on me.
Okay.
I'll let you finish real quick.
I'll finish my sentence. Went from $156 a month to $137 a month. That's $1 more than Clay Electric is for the same service. And that's who we're compared against. So in 1 year, we got down to be virtually equal with Clay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Next,